Wider path for sure.
What happened there? Was it finishing in there nicely? Finally?
Oh, it was going huge at the end.
It's got to curl.
Looked like it grabbed because you look like it has decent weight, eh?
Gonna have to curl.
You're at least top 4.
You think?
About damn time.
Fender. Okay.
Yeah, still came back pretty good, huh?
That was a better throw than the first.
Okay, yeah.
I'm worried about the next one gliding.
Okay. Luke, if you want this, just let me know and I'll switch to my blue one. I'm just medium cold.
Okay.
This is going down that hill.
Whoa, 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 if you can. It's out there. Curling now. Hey? Oh, yeah, I got it. Needed a little curl, yeah. All right.
Good curling.
Have a good game.
Yeah.
Good game.
You're curling. Not too many guys.
Oh! Ah. Alrighty, ladies. I'm hot. Alright, let's keep things straightforward here. Get a soft 2. I think like what we were talking about in practice, like both sides were coming back pretty nice. Theirs took a while over here, and I guess so did ours, but right. Okay. Sounds good.
Woo.
Yeah, they were 0 and you were 1.9. You split the perfect and just off the button. Pin. Fuck. No, you're totally fine. No, you do that.
Oh, I thought it was gonna get right at the end, yeah.
Here we go. Good afternoon.
Line's good.
Curling
Line's
fans. We're coming to you live.
Little room right now.
Penticton,
Line's
BC,
good.
the Penticton
Line's good.
Nufloors Classic
Line's good.
2023.
Keep it moving.
I'm Owen Hayward. I'll be
Hey,
your
line's
host,
nice. Keep it going,
color
Luke.
commentator, and play-by-play for this game.
17-4.
We
Good
have
swing,
a
guys. Nice shot, Chase.
Can-Am battle. Local team Belway with Brad Wood, our local hotshot curler and also owner of the prime sponsor. So this event brought to you by Nufloors. Need your flooring in Penticton, go see Brad Wood and his staff at Nufloors. And the game sponsor, local outfit, Barry and Smith Trucking.
That ain't top 12.
So the game is mildly underway. Looks like it's keen.
I think we're already there.
We got some draws deep behind the tee. Generally, that's not wanted. Corner guard has gone
Looked
up
like it from here.
for Team Casper.
Yeah. Well, keen.
Now they're about to use that corner guard. We'll give you a little background and full disclosure. So the teams are Team Belway out of Penticton. World ranking 154. Dave Belway at skip, Brad Wood at third, Michael Longworth at second, and Jared Giroux at lead. Young Americans.
Let's get.
Team Casper.
Let's get.
Minnesota ranked number 21
Let's
in the
get.
world.
Stay
This
close.
season, they're getting noted
Close,
more than
Luke.
last. They
Let's get.
recently won the
Always
Tier
straight.
2 Grand Slam
Hard, boys.
Championship, so that will move them up into Grand Slam Tier A, and the world will get to see this team. Now, the reason I mention that is my first exposure to them was last year. I commented on the opening game, and they were in it. Never heard of them, never seen them before.
Luke.
And let me tell you, folks,
Luke.
keep an eye on these guys. They are definitely solidly in the top 3 in the U.S. They're all young. They're all capable. Now, last year, a footnote, their skip, Mr. Casper, was not here. So Chase Sinnott there has some skipping experience in the past. He's their lead. He skipped them last year, and let me tell you, he makes one heck of a lead because he's a
not in.
fantastic skip, and they had some good success last year. And
over curling, Brad.
they made the
Oh.
playoffs. And anyways, caught my eye.
Whoa.
I spent a lot of time with Chase Sinnott's parents last year. They came out from East Coast of U.S., so a little shout out if they're watching and listening today to David and Julie Sinnett. Lovely to meet you last year. Hope you are watching and enjoying watching your son as his career and his team's career seems set to hit the height of heights. Now, full disclosure, I'm a friend of Brad Wood. I'm a recently converted local myself, living in Penticton. I'm a retired ice skater, former minor league competitive curler. So I'm torn. I'm cheering for both teams. That makes it good. Don't want to be biased either way.
Curl. Roll.
Give you some commentary, try to give you some insights onto the strategies and ideas of these teams. It's lovely we have mics on the back ends. In the background, we heard a little bit of Mr. Casper addressing his team before they actually got underway, going over what they noticed in their practice as far as curl and rocks, and they had a general plan. So we do have a bit of tale of two cities here. Brad Wood and his skip,
Brad, if anything.
Mr. Belway. They're
Room.
highly Canadian veterans, a little more old school.
Looks heavy.
You'll probably notice there's a lot of more team communication on the young Casper team. They're
14-7.
definitely of the modern. Curl USA's come a long way in the last few years. Mr. Schuster winning Olympic gold a few years back, and clearly on the rise.
Still peel.
It's a growth industry in the U.S., and their model
He's really curling there.
overall national program.
That's edge 8.
A little different than Canada's. They put a lot of time, energy, and resources into their top teams, and there's 3 clear top teams in the U.S. now. Overheard Mr. Hamilton. Someone asked him about the young teams, and he says, "Well, we're still hanging with them, but they're nipping at our heels." And that would be this Casper team, and also Corey Dropkin.
That's hard to do.
You may have seen.
I don't know how you do that.
TSN and Sportsnet bigger TV events. So there's 3 of them. Team Casper, Team Dropkin, and Team Schuster now duking it out and causing each other to raise their level of play.
Yeah.
So anyways, you heard if you haven't heard of them before, you heard it from me here first. Team Casper, keep an eye on them. They're young, they're talented.
A little bit more. I gave them the last
Every
dice
one
in
of
the
them
last
has
one,
top-notch
and we hit nose
skills,
on the last
so
one,
they're going to be a force as we get into the future. Now, that being said, we're taking on a veteran
I don't know, is it too late to
top
say
BC curling team here. You know, Brad Wood does a lot through sponsoring
Not in.
both this event, this club, and Curl
tight.
BC in general, and even a lot
Oh,
of
got
the
a curl.
individual BC
Whoa.
pro teams.
Oh, got to finish.
And
Yeah.
you play these games for a reason. If you went on rankings, you wouldn't need to play them.
Keep coming, all the way. All the way. Keep going.
Young Swiss team beat as an unyet beating Botcher team and beat them handily. So that's the nature of curling on any given day. Difference of an inch or two here or there along the way, and can really affect the score. So despite rankings, despite the age gaps, we anticipate a good battle here for possible playoff contention and positioning, and being a Can-Am battle, a bit of pride.
Hard! Keep going.
So there you have the background. Now we'll turn our full attention. First end well underway. We're not keeping it clean. There's going to be a score this end, as we can see.
Good throw there. I gave your second, because obviously we hit nose
the
on your first one,
overhead,
maybe
yes,
less
I
ice in the
confirm,
second,
so
I think it just ran out a
Team
little.
Belway, the Red Rocks, they're laying 4. So that's going to put the pressure on Team Casper out of the gate. Still fairly open to get into the 4-foot, so nothing overly extreme.
Hey, we got room.
Brad Wood throwing now. Looks like they want to drop one in above the tee here and sort of corral the 4-foot.
You're already around it.
Minimize opportunities for the Casper team.
Whoa.
They don't want to be too deep.
Holy.
So it does go probably a little deeper than they wanted, and we saw some little bit of what we might call over curl. It would really
First one was 16, that was 15.
There we
That's
go.
quick.
So you heard Brad Wood there discussing hog-to-hog times. First one was 16, second one was 15.4. So very quickly he's established.
Whoa.
Sheet on this draw very keen. The ice.
Whoa. No.
Generally very keen for almost all the draws. 16 is the highest I've heard. Up till now I've heard 15.6. And we did have a game last night. All the other seats were off. It was the longest game. They were the last ones out there. And we saw draw weight come down to 14.5. And that was a full second difference.
I mean, he's still running it. Boom. We're going to be looking at.
That's what I'm thinking.
My curling background, my ice making background. That's an effect of
Because he doesn't have a
some
double.
of the veteran club.
Not right now.
Well, no, you lose the sheet beside you. You use that.
No, he's
heat
got to
source.
run it to make that.
It affects the speed of the ice.
As long
So
as
they
we
lost
can
all
bury
the
this
other
so he doesn't
sheets.
have this.
So that surface definitely chilled down
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
and took an entire
I mean, theirs really
second
curled.
off draw weight.
Theirs
And
finished
that
hard.
did muck with both teams. They didn't cotton on right away, and we saw both teams attempt draws.
It's
and
kind of a
come
guess,
up
though.
Well, with the run,
about 6 feet
it's
short
pretty
of the
hard to
ring.
make
So
it just straight up.
that's a dramatic difference. It's a difference of 12 feet.
He's
It's a
hitting.
difference of
Oh, yeah,
about
yeah,
a
yeah.
second.
One of these.
Now, eventually
guard.
they did adjust and
Right.
finish their game off. But
No, my first cut.
Yeah, Luke's didn't do much there, so.
background we hear Mr.
Just
Casper.
have no clue how hard to throw this, though.
Yeah, and then
Going
it went
back
hard. Luke's
to
there.
Yeah.
observations.
Yeah.
Team Casper, you'll note that their lead, Mr. Sinet, who I mentioned before, he throws lead, but he holds the broom.
Okay. Yeah, it's good to know.
And we'll presume that goes to his previous skipping experience. So it's undoubtedly the choice of the coaches to call line on the skips rocks. So A little unusual.
You guys, what are you seeing?
Not on that unusual. In the modern day, we see a lot of variations. We think back
Except
to
it's just a guess.
the Hall of Famer, Mr. Furby in Netherwood.
Yeah.
So
15 a quarter, the one in the ring.
Skip throwing third rocks
Okay.
and holding the broom. It was that variation. So I believe we
Yeah, right.
think about Russ Howard and Gushu in the Olympics. So Russ Howard threw second rocks but held the broom on.
No, behind the tee is good, so there's no
So,
double.
A lot of variations.
There's really
Taking your
finished cards.
personnel and playing them to their strengths. So we see that variation with the
So 14 3/4 should be good
Casper
then.
team
Okay.
here. There'd be the only one here where their lead is holding the broom on the Skips rocks. A mild variation, but worth noting and trying to have people understand the rationale for that.
You can.
Mild, unique structure of their team setup. So here we see Team Belway now trying to play defense by numbers. They'd like to lie 3 here
Swept it too far.
and encourage a force.
Yeah, I
Casper.
mean, we'll leave that shot.
We look at the overhead. It stops just in time.
Yeah, I mean,
That makes
it's
it a success.
yeah, I guess it's pretty open.
Line 3, all past the tee line,
Yeah, like
but
think
by
you know,
volume, a valid defense here.
maybe firm. Yeah,
Air deep.
right there. Yeah,
Trying to get caught up on the gory details here.
yeah. I like
Believe
the double
Casper
still.
has hammer, so
It's a good point.
we're still looking to find a way to get a deuce.
Firm.
Looks like they want to remove that
Firm weight here,
center
Luke.
red and roll over to a freeze
Should
on
move a
top
bit.
of the red to the left of
Yeah,
it.
thicker.
That would open up a bit of a possibility
See Dangerfield's third fall
scoring a
down.
deuce in this open end.
You guys see that? Oh, he tripped. He was walking. He tripped on the thing, and fuck, he
It
was
would
he was
put
down
pressure
for.
on Mr. Belway's last shot if
3-4
they were able
minutes.
to
Yep.
roll to a nice freeze. I did hear before the game Mr. Brad Wood consulting some of his
Yeah, I like that.
trusted
Kind of weight you want to
Sorry, boys.
No, I don't
Bad
curling
throw.
friends, trying to
Seems
get
to
an
be
inside
curling. I think we gotta
scoop
go
on the
normal
style
just-
of this
just in
Casper
case.
team.
I think no,
Somebody
I
must
think
have
more.
said, well, they can hit.
Yeah,
so Brad
I think
said,
this gotta be
okay, we
safe,
can
right?
expect
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
rock 'em, sock 'em,
Might curl a lot. I don't know.
high weight stuff, but having watched them, I do know beware,
Ah.
'cause they can
Yeah.
they can also play the draw game. Everyone in their lineup, top to bottom, solid skills.
Yeah.
As mentioned, they've got a lot
Try
of
and roll
resources.
it Mike's way.
Some of the top experts in the world are
Oh yeah, we'll roll right in
their
there.
coaching teams. Well supported,
See.
Not-
high
Might try
performance in every
Let's throw
aspect
normal.
of
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
themselves
they
and
threw
their
that hard.
support
Right.
staff
I think this will curl.
and network.
Yeah. I think, yeah.
So
If he's
Mr. Belway
knows,
can make
then
the hit and
maybe we
sit
would.
in line 3, and even if
Oh,
he just needs to remove this rock, and there'll be a force on here. He's getting a little more curl
Might be
than
able to sweep.
anticipated, trying to hold the line.
Oh, what's gonna happen?
Successful enough, he removes shot rock, rolls away.
Yeah, just draw, huh?
There is a potential, but very
Yeah,
difficult double. Are they gonna try it?
wow.
Yeah. So, well, here, hold on. Let me.
Wow.
Yeah. Right. I just want to kind of reset.
That wow is Mr. Belway
huge.
talking.
That's a lot of weight, wasn't it?
We were surprised at the curl. I did their game last night. Their sheet was a bit tricky and similar
Yeah,
opening
crazy.
sentiment. A little surprised by the amount of
They're
curl.
sitting 1-2, so.
Now, an an
I
interesting
popped
thing
it
that
out
happened on
wide
the
of the
sheet.
broom. I'm like, "Ee," oh, and then
4
I see
ends
it
later,
moving
the
here.
lines that were
It did
curling like
It did
crazy
go
on
pretty
dead
early.
weight, all
Yeah.
of a sudden became dead straight. So a very interesting phenomenon.
Oh,
Got
yeah.
out of it.
Rarely seen. I talked to Brad Wood
We
post
didn't
game
need Brad
about that.
Stard there. Holy, we
A
had him in
dramatic
trouble.
difference. The kind of change you don't see that dramatic change within 4 ends.
He was 16 and 15-4 on the
But
second.
we heard the term fresh again out of
It's
the
quick down there. 16 to the top 8.
front end. So when the pebble is
Really
fresh,
soft
it's a
pad.
little more
Really
crystalline on top.
Yeah, I threw that
And
one
there's a
fairly
good
firm.
grab of these sharp rocks on that crystalline coated pebble.
Hard Luke!
Dying.
As the rocks go over, smooth off the top of that, and then the nature of the game changes. So they're pounding this draw attempt here.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Did they pound it far enough? It's
Just
quite
the ad.
close. Probably going to be a measure. They did outcount the former second rock. They're back and forth. I'm going to predict. Oh, they have determined without measuring. And
sorry,
there you go. You never know in this game.
Good end.
So even though it was a
Yeah,
wide
good
open,
end, that was just on me. So.
even though I waxed poetic
Look, they
about the
scored 1.5
talents
points.
of the young Casper team,
All right, no rush here, I think. Yeah, I think we play
come
around
up
the
just
center,
a
play
few
against
inches
center.
short on a
Get it
wide
to-
open
yeah,
draw
just
to start the game and
focus
give
on the
up
two, don't need any more.
a steal of 1. Early in the game, not the end of the world, but not their desired outcome. So
Yeah.
we'll talk with each other and try to make the adjustments as we forge away early on. Second draw of the third day here. Teams jockeying for position. The goal of all teams to make those playoffs, get into the big money. Speaking of which, this is one of the largest, if not the largest, purse in a club event in Canada. That is why we have the talent here that we do. There are 12 of the world's top 24 ranked teams are here, along with the best of the BC pro teams and some Western Canadian teams, and a few international teams. So we've got Switzerland, we've got Korea, we've got Japan,
Line's
we've got
good.
America,
Line's good.
and a bunch of talented
Luke's rock. Luke's rock.
pro Western Canadian and BC teams.
Line's pretty good.
Indeed, that's the rationale.
Still
the
Luke, though.
structure of
Gotta
this
curl a
event
little
and
bit.
The reason
Yep, gotta curl.
conception
Gotta curl.
came about.
Nice sweep, boys.
An event to draw the best in the world and give the BC pro teams an opportunity to take on the best in the world and size up where their game is at,
Sweep on mine, too. Tired yet?
where they need to improve to get on to get up with the elite of Canada and the
get it.
world.
We're all
So
over them, so.
fantastic
That last
concept,
end.
fantastic
cracking.
work by everybody involved at the club. Chris Jones is not only playing this event, but does a
Well,
great job with the ice.
I mean,
His
you
partner,
can
Kathy
debate that
Jones,
for a while.
behind the scenes doing everything, coordinating all the different volunteers, and then that squadron of volunteers. In excess of 100 volunteers to make this happen. Everything from commentating, running the cameras, helping with the ice, helping with the door. Got a young crew out of the local high school running the snack bar and canteen. Good variety of sandwiches and cookies and soups.
Line's good. Close.
Takes a village.
Line's good.
In this case,
Line's good.
the village community of the Penticton.
Line's
community.
good.
So shout outs to
Still
everybody
straight.
involved that
Line's good.
helped support this
15-6.
event.
Curl, curl, curl.
Team
Curl,
Casper
keep
now
going, keep
drawing
going,
around
keep
a
going, keep
corner
going.
guard they put up.
Good, perfect. Nice sweep, boys. Nice chase.
Hanging around that corner. Might be a peak of that rock visible, but looks like it's fully buried and shot rock by about a foot.
Like that.
Looks like Team Belway now trying to either draw around and freeze tap that Team Casper rock.
Hard, Brad. Hard.
Potentially
Whoa.
go around it all.
Whoa.
It looks like the former is my correct guess.
Roll to the middle. Roll to the middle.
More than a tap. Back. They remove it from the rings. Nice roll in behind their own.
Control.
Quickly, Mr. Casper indicates he wants to hit and roll back behind that guard. He's not after the double here yet. Boom is down. Shot is on the way.
Clean.
We went through the Belway lineup. Team Casper is Danny Casper at skip. Luke Violet at third. Ben Richardson at second, and Jason at lead. So they got rid of the rock. They didn't roll as far as they wanted. They are wide open.
All right, see ya.
Mr. Belway calls, let's get rid of this rock. Didn't really indicate where he wants the shooter to end up. Does he want to roll in front of his own again? Or does he want to offset things and hit this on the nose?
Hard, Derek. Hard. Yeah, right over.
The Casper Stone, and they roll away. There's a relatively easy double. Mr. Casper's not interested. He's looking at other options.
Control.
And he decides on hit and roll in front of shot rock. If successful, it'll make it more difficult.
Whoa! 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 Curl!
To be removed by the Belway team. Needs some curl, as you can hear.
Hard.
Trying to make it curl.
Hard. Hard.
Well, we'll presume he's a little bit outside on that effort.
That's good.
They weren't able to make it curl. Changed up the look of the house.
9-8,
Got rid of one Belway stone. Their shooter rolled out. Action has shifted over to the left side where there is that corner guard.
Well, I thought he outed it a little bit more than the first one, but I think still not that much. So
that thing is just above the tee line, biting the side of the forefoot, and that entices Mr. Belway. Frank, I'm happy with that, so let's guard it up. Cuts the path off to getting around that corner guard, so that's another bonus. Be able to guard their own and cut that around the corner guard path off.
Yeah, Mike, tight line.
Big shift.
Okay, well, not in, can't be in.
And where we're playing out this end. And all of a sudden that corner guard becomes
okay, whoa, gonna curl too much.
A factor in the strategy.
Okay.
Mr. Belway indicates pretty happy with it.
Top 4.
Jobs, Mike.
Felt overturned a bit, so they stopped the sweeping to let it stop as quickly as possible. Immediately, Team Casper calls for a draw round. Presume they want to corner freeze that. Maybe a little tap. Pretty sure they wouldn't mind it be shot.
Okay.
But the most important thing is
to
catch the backing. So that even if
try
they're not shot, it's
Chase.
tough for them to
Curl.
remove.
Curl, it's going. Curl, keep going.
I mentioned on my
Keep
game
going,
this morning, the
keep
nature
going,
of the
keep going,
curl,
keep
these
going.
particular rocks on these particular sheets.
Good.
Sometimes you see a gradual
It's
curling
adjustment
with some
there.
types of rocks and sheets. these rocks were sharpened before the event, and I do believe they were resharpened here
Well,
by Chris Jones. The nature of this curl is the curl doesn't show up till the weight comes off. So they go run quite straight. You think they're not even going to get buried, and then all of a sudden, rock hits a tipping point.
I
And
thought
this
on yours,
hooks
like,
for
it was
that
9/8
final
was
quarter
part
of
it,
its
but
path.
that's not a big enough difference. Luke and I were saying
So
maybe
a
once we
straight
got there,
with
it's
a
pretty
hook
straight, 'cause I
curl.
don't think you threw it to the
Not
point
a
where it should have been that
gradual
different.
arcing curl that we
So I
see
think when we go out there, we'll take a
in
little
some
less and we might be
events.
able to hold it.
Fairly typical of the higher level events, the Grand Slams and whatnot, because they're always with sharp rocks. And that is how the sharp rocks go. We also know the ability of these high-level curlers to keep sharp rocks straight on their takeouts. And that's with their eye rotations and their sets, as it were.
Yeah, but it
release.
picked.
But we brought some club
You're
curlers
14-2.
out here to curl
Yeah, I
these
was
sheets
trying
in
to
this ice at this point.
Well, do you see him coming out? He was like
You
wiggling
see
it
their
around, and then he
hits
just shoved
probably
it.
curling a foot to a foot and a half.
Yeah.
So, an interesting phenomenon with different skill sets up to different levels of curlers.
Close. Line's good.
And then it just kind of
We
ground
are
in there.
watching
Line's good.
the top
Well then.
skill sets in the world here,
Well then.
with 12 of the top 24
Where?
teams
Close, Ben.
in the world
Yep.
rankings,
Yep.
part of the furniture in this
Clean,
event.
clean. Yep. Clean, clean, clean. Okay. That's okay.
We see Team Casper starting to try and build here. However, a good shot by
14-6.
Team Belway frees that last rock, you take everything away.
Get 14-7 on
And
that.
that is the goal. Brad Wood makes that indication,
It's quick, yeah.
clarifying the speed of the ice.
This didn't
I
do a
guess
ton.
if he freezes his back one, we might be
I
able
think,
to
eh?
like
Same as mine.
pick it out and have it drag
Yeah.
onto this back red. Yeah, I think it's not.
So I have a phrase I coined called opportunity rocks.
Yeah, he was telling us this. He was
I
going to
think
switch rocks.
certain situation comes up.
Freeze her up.
It's a form of
Freeze.
how do teams or players clutch up
Freeze the back
on
one.
critical shots. To me, that's more important than the
That was
overall
14-8.
percentage. So this is one of those situations.
And it
This
bumped.
is an opportunity
So it's 15 and a bit here.
to
They
potentially
didn't
get a
sweep that.
steal,
Never touched it, so.
So if we do have
potentially
to throw a
force a
heater off the
single
center
out of
line,
Team Casper.
should curl pretty
Mr.
good.
Belway can come down and lock it on frozen
Yeah.
to the Casper
Yeah.
stone at the back of the button.
It could be
It
different.
can
but we
have
also
a
haven't seen it
big
be straight.
influence
I think
on
we'll
this
probably
end.
guess that it'll be
If he
more
were
similar
to
rather than different. Yeah.
not get frozen or to tap and
Whoa,
pop
whoa,
off,
curl of anything.
it's going to be a big opportunity
There.
for a multiple for Team Casper. So this is a critical shot. This is an opportunity rock. He's thrown it well.
Straight!
Sweeper's bringing it in.
Hard!
Weight is good. Is it good enough?
Hard, guys!
A little ice.
Hard!
So not their
Yeah, I mean, they
optimal
have this
goal,
freeze to the back one though.
but it's still a useful rock.
Try to-
It can
try
be
to
promoted.
under it a little bit. Just thinking where we.
It's difficult
if
to
we're out
remove
here,
it.
obviously that's terrible. Yeah, it's hard
We'll
to under
see.
curl on this.
So
right?
we heard
And
the
if we're- I
discussion
mean,
with
if
Brad
we can
Wood,
always leave
Mr.
it here
Belway established
if
was
we
very,
need
very
to,
keen.
but I think
So
we-
undoubtedly he was not going to overthrow it. Throw it to his
Nice job.
sweepers,
I
as it
think we
were.
tried a split center right here.
It seemed like they were
Back
waiting
eight.
on curl
Take plenty of ice.
or
Yeah, I think so.
mild misjudgment
Yeah,
and weight.
there,
They
maybe
didn't
in
You
between.
sweep
sweep it
that
all
all
the
the
way.
way. Watch
you
it
go.
3/4 of the
And
way
if
down.
There you go.
Yeah, we just can't
Heard it
leave
right
it here,
from Mr.
right? We
Belway.
can audible it anywhere else.
Watched
Okay.
it 3/4 of the way down.
Okay.
So undoubtedly he's a little disappointed. And he even stated, we sweep that all the way and
Okay,
it's
so
right where they
perfect is,
wanted
like,
it.
Splitting
Oh.
center line top four, just like getting around that red a little bit. If we need
Every
a little bit higher,
little
we can.
thing
We
comes
obviously
into play
can't be like
at the
T-line
high
open,
level.
So we'll just, if it's heavy, we'll have to take it back.
Need to
Because
throw proper
There's a spot over
line,
here that they threw that hit
throw
just outside 8.
proper weight
Okay.
range,
Just
and
for the
then
hog line,
you
it fell
also
off.
need
Like, it
proper
backed up.
judgment.
Okay.
One of the
That hit that they
tougher
hit and rolled out on there.
overlooked skills
It
in
just
the
backed
game
right
of
up.
curling I've always said I'd rather be the guy throwing a game-winning draw on last rock. And I feel that I wouldn't want to be one of the sweepers because their judgment of weight and whether to sweep or not is
No deeper!
as or more important. If you think back to the Hall of Fame, Kevin Martin, he was one of the best. Throw to his sweepers. He had one of the best front ends in the world back in the day. Mark Kennedy and Ben Hebert. And you would often hear him say, he'd release the rock and he'd say, put it on the pin, boys. And he very rarely overthrew it. He really relied on the
bump on the red
sweeping skills of his front end.
Which is pretty scary.
He knew they could take it 12 to 15 feet probably.
That's what I was looking at.
So his job was to not be heavy.
Jamming on. Well, it's got to hit.
A little bit light.
I don't think so, Brett. We'll come back here.
Team Casper comes down. They don't.
You can only get a millimeter of the blue.
Get in for another counter, but they do block past.
They're hot. I mean, we're all
I think
hot.
is what they wanted.
Let's be honest here.
That just dead jams on there.
So they want to make.
It has to get this thicker to get the triple. Like it's got to get it there.
Mr.
Come off, and I think you can only get it there.
As difficult as possible.
Right?
Okay. Thanks. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
And that comes out in the conversation.
Little red tap.
Yeah.
Can you get us out then?
He hit here, sitting here. He's got that front, right?
Yeah. It's still pretty good for him, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not great. He's only going to get 2.
Well, he could.
80.
This could jam here, though.
That's what I'm saying. And if it sits right, if it sits out here, then we're fucked. If it sits here.
Why don't we just run this in, play the double, make him draw for 2?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
So that's just lost
Should
quite
stay
a bit
fairly
when we
straight
started.
here, right?
Wow.
Or was it,
I don't know. Last end did not.
Carving, or was it losing anyways? Yeah.
Should be. I'll throw a peel at this too.
Yeah. Because I was like worried we were under curling until like the top.
Yeah, we did nose it. It makes his draw harder, I guess, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, better to be tight than wide.
This could be interesting here.
So with these back ends mic'd up, we really get a window into
I don't really know what's happening.
what they're thinking,
I guess
how they think.
Too,
so you saw Mr. Belway and Mr. Wood have a extensive conversation on a potential tap.
Like, we almost
looked at
just
all
off
the various
nose, try and make a double, let him draw for 2, I guess.
dynamics
So that would suck
attempting that shot, and then in the end,
I'm going to root against that result.
Mr. Belway, going with his own comfort, decided, no, I think I'd rather attempt to double off.
I think so. I think
Can't be. Tight's better than wide here. With dead jam it, he's got to draw for 4.
Casper stones. He hits it where he wants. He sort of blocks path to the button. So he's decided there's a better upside to attempting this.
Yeah, that's.
There.
Calling for curl now. Coming in nicely.
Oh!
And slap of the broom. He had mentioned if it doesn't curl enough, there's a possibility of a dead jam in the sense that is what happened.
Fine, right? Yeah.
Rocks fall where they may. They didn't fall the way he had hoped for. So now there is
that curl nice.
This is a touch more ice.
An open side.
This is a little more ice.
And a draw 2.
Okay.
Just about biting the 4-foot for a potential 4.
Yeah, like a little bit more than a piece of the 4.
So Team Belway a little fortuitous in the first end and not so fortuitous here in the second end. Shot isn't made yet. Team Casper line 3, opportunity for a 4th point. We'll find out.
I felt like it wasn't a lot more.
Very shortly, if they're successful. Sweepers sweeping mildly. See the lead sweeper looking back and forth at where they're going. Down at the rock. Well judged, well swept, well thrown. Bites the side of the button, straddles the tee line. And that's going to change the strategy and
Good sweep there.
nature of this
Great
game.
job.
That's a big,
You look
big
great.
four coming off and
All right. We want to go top four
giving
here.
up a steal of one.
In then tight. In then tight. In then tight. All right, let's get a force. To force. In order to force.
And there we go. So after two ends, Team Casper 4, Team Belway 1. Take this opportunity before the third end gets to pass on the individual team sponsors. So curling being what it may, these are pro curlers, but it's not like they're on $1 million contracts. So thankfully, through a lot of independent businesses, both at the national, provincial, local level, the sponsorship money allows these guys who, most of them, work all week and spend their weekends traveling and paying for motels and pizza and diner food, so to help them get through their season and they get their team sponsors. So for Team Belway, Nufloors, Tight Lines, Contracting Limited, Balance Plus, Complete Storage Center,
always straight, over curling,
and RMI.
Really over curling. You can go guard if you need.
Team Casper sponsors Chicago Window Guys, Gold Line, Columbia Sportswear, Darwin Cooper, and Twin Cities Orthopedics. Now they're not all from Minnesota, but I think they base themselves out of Minnesota. And indeed, we look at the clubs they represent: Chaska Curling Center, which is in Minnesota, and the Granite Curling Club that's in Seattle. So like a lot of the American teams, the team individuals come from far and wide, and they assemble on weekends and at their various training facilities for short bursts. So indeed, the Casper team, coast to coast, from Massachusetts to Washington State. No one's took Amtrak on that.
I don't really like
from Seattle to New Jersey.
Just here.
3 days, 2 nights.
Control.
Anywhere in America, Amtrak special, $100. A bargain in any era. Here we go. Not much up front here in this third end.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Curl. Curl. It's close. Clean. Straight.
Belway trying to rid this thing of that end, which is definitely a disappointment.
Good chase.
He knows he's got 6 ends, so he's got to shake that off and see if they can't. The old 2 with hammer, force a single, 2 with hammer, force a single. Back in the game. So undoubtedly that's the plan they'll use. The evolving plans as the scoreboard changes.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Not in.
There you go, he doesn't want it in. Tells the sweepers to back off. They're on the side of caution. Rock comes down, success.
Just tap it to the top
corner
button.
guard up.
Back 4.
Casper rock behind it is past the tee line, which makes it an asset for Team Belway. Be able to come around their corner guard and freeze to that Casper stone.
Clean. Whoa. Whoa. Curl.
Casper team looks like they want to keep the pressure on. I think they're either freezing, wanting to freeze or freeze tap here.
Street.
No, in the end, they're not getting the freeze, but they do get the tap. So they've spread things out, made them
13-8.
flat per se. Defense by volume. They're lane 3. See if I can make a guess here. I'm going to guess he's going to use that corner and that back.
I go right here.
And of course, I guess wrong. So he's going to freeze shot rock, try and freeze dead center on top, make it unremovable, but set it up so that if he hits it, shot rock gets removed and he'd be getting some numbers in the rings. Mr. Long first throwing now. I believe he's out of Kelowna. It's out there. We're waiting for the curl. It looks like it might be a bit hot, so I guess that by the delay in the start of the curl. Indeed, he got just a little up there. Curl comes later. Cruises through the house, so a bit of a miss there. Because of that, Team Casper now going to peel that, attempt to peel this guard off so that it's wide open, so there's nowhere for Team Belway to hide. No matter where they put it, they'll have access to it. So
You threw a laser there or what?
without guards,
Throw that harder than
then your
usual?
only way is freezes. So that being said, there goes the slap of the broom by Mr. Belway. He wants something out front, something to hide behind.
Nice.
So he fell back to not fall.
He's going to go to the center here, and the rationale for that, with those wide wing shots, when they attempt to peel, if they don't hit the right spot, those wider Casper ups could become catchers. So he's abandoned the corner guard. He's evolving with the lay of the land, the lay of the rocks as the end progresses, and adjusting strategy accordingly. There we go, successful center guard.
It's pretty hard to get there.
Like briefly.
This way.
Oh, from one hit that curls 1.5 feet to one curler curls 1 millimeter.
Casper briefly looked at freezing their own and then very quickly went to the other option. The team seemed to like the other option. Let's just peel that thing.
Whoa, straight.
Ooh. There you go. And there's a miss by Team Casper. They wanted to peel that. It ran really, really straight. In the background, before they shot, you heard Mr. Belway comment to Brad Wood.
Out.
Same line, one curled, one didn't. So, then you get into why.
I like hack.
Was it the rock?
Gaddis knows it.
Was it the release? And that's the job of the team collectively to figure those things out. Try and understand what they're dealing with and adjust their brooms and sweeping accordingly. So that leaves the center guard.
Yep.
So that's a big plus for the Belway team.
Hard.
That's how quickly ends can change
Hard, Mike.
at any given
Hard.
time.
Right
They're
to it.
trying to
Right to it. Right to it.
make some rock move and a roll in behind. Over curls chest a bit. They do make their contact, but the roll pops out the other side. They temporarily are shot rock, but they are wide open, and they are behind the tee line. Upside, it looks like Team Casper is going to go after that rock, so that's going to leave that center guard up. That is to Team Belway's advantage. So small mercies at this point here. About midway through this third end, maybe a little more.
Curl.
Casper going to end up with
Hard. Hard.
4 in the rings.
10. Screams.
3 of them behind the tee line. Nothing
I was like,
in the
whoa.
4-foot. So plenty of room.
I don't know if that's the best. I don't know if that's the
Team
best.
Belway to still score a deuce here. We know by the scoreboard they'd love to get that deuce.
Yeah.
Be good for their team morale.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
I don't mind that into here.
bring them within a
But like Peel.
single point. And give them renewed hope. I would say it's very important for them to score this end. Even a single. Brings them within 2. Keeps them in range. Long way to go.
Yep.
And the way it's setting up, there's
Whoa.
a good possibility of a score, at least one.
Hard,
Here we
Mike.
go. We got some heat.
Hard.
Potential double. Contact made. Excellent
Okay.
shot. Takes a bit of pressure off and moves a few of the two of the Casper stones.
Stay there.
Ends up shot
You just stay
again.
right here.
So that scoring
Shoot,
zone
shouldn't have got
keeps
off of it.
widening.
As soon as we got off
Yeah.
of it, it curled.
That center
Stay
guard is
a
still
little bit more
there.
straight than those other paths. I think just there.
2 still
Yeah.
on the table.
Oh, and it could have just rolled up and nestled right in there. It would have been a beautiful little. I was trying to bring that red into play for a split on the end in case they blew
Control on
everything
the
out.
nose. Can you hear that, Luke? We're hitting the one in the house. I was like, oh my lord. All right. Yeah, it stayed a little bit straighter than I think we've seen. So now that it's breaking down, maybe. Just control. That was good weight on Luke's.
So earlier we heard Mr. Belway reviewing
Okay.
with Brad Wood, big booming voice here in Claresbell. And then we just heard Mr. Casper. Not as booming a voice, but
Close.
we heard him talking with his front end and a little chuckle, and yeah, we're hitting the open one.
Yep.
As if, was there any other thing to do? Real down weight. See in the modern game now, more down weight takeouts.
Let's go. We hit
Thanks,
the one
Zoe.
in the house.
Drifted
As
somewhat
if he runs it, he might.
from the days of Madaw and the high heat. Run
is quick
back,
here, eh?
big
They get
weight.
down there, they're like, are we hitting the one in the house?
Now with the 5 free guards,
15, yeah.
strategically you throw a down weight hit, it maximizes your control with the sweepers and the opportunity for your shooter to stay in the rings. Comes into the rings,
Like
makes
full top
contact with just enough momentum. It's a lot less likely to roll out.
Yeah, it's a 15 here,
Get into
right?
those high weight hits. If you don't hit the right spot, you're not sticking around the rings. So continually evolving strategy as the
hair
nature
last,
of
maybe?
curling evolves over
Yeah,
time.
middle of the 8.
Sharp rocks, flat ice, big curl, keen ice.
So good.
It's a different animal than it was 25, 30, and 50 years ago. Curlers have refined their skills.
Mike!
Ice makers have refined their skills
Hard,
and
Mike!
knowledge of
Hard!
ice and rocks.
Hard!
And thus here we
Hard!
are. It's 21st century curling. And on this particular weekend, world-class curling. Here at the Penticton Curling Club,
This way, probably?
Wow.
center of the South Okanagan, British Columbia, Canada. For
Awesome.
those not from this area, if you're listening down in the States, one of Canada's premier summer
Okay, no more left ice, eh?
destinations. Indeed, 4 seasons destinations, local nearby skiing at
Fighting the
Apex
4-foot's
Mountain.
good.
15-2 to there, eh?
15-2 on the one that
Wow.
they just threw.
A significant and growing wine industry in the South Okanagan around
Oh, yeah.
We don't have to
Penticton,
sweep it as
and
good.
Historically,
Trying to throw you my
Maybe a little
ball
more
last
positive
time.
on that release.
some of the finest fresh fruit you're going to find anywhere in Canada. Peaches, cherries, plums, apples, melons. It's a lovely place to be. you've never heard of us, heard of Georgia
tight,
Pizza
yeah.
as
Foot
well,
tight.
if you have the opportunity, come on down to the South Okanagan sometime around July, August. You can get the last of the cherries and the first of the peaches. Here we go. Team Casper now. Drawn in. A little deep, straight in the basket.
Okay, probably
Make that or not.
would have been the right weight. Still maybe a little
There's
heavier.
still that opportunity for a deuce. Presuming I'm paying enough attention. And
What? Well, I'm trying to hit it here and roll it back, or over the top.
All right. Is that tight? I guess. A little tight.
Like if it hits there,
Yeah. Sounds like it was pretty early on, like really tight. So. Yeah.
does that go or not?
This is hitting this for sure. This is killing this.
You think so? Yeah. You gotta hit it pretty thin.
Yeah.
If it hit here,
Yeah,
it
they
might,
were saying it was like the
yeah, it's
same
gonna
draw
clip
as
it.
my draw.
but it might not go out, and you got all these gone.
They come in this way,
We
though?
can't give him another point though. Yeah. His draw then? Yeah. Draw's probably just easy. I don't know where to put the broom on that.
Well, there it is. They looked at a lot of possibilities. They were discussing, was it possible to do a double, or actually a kind of a triple,
This draw.
and have the impact of the
We
rock
can, yes.
come off the other
But we're not
Casper rock and go
playing
across
that.
the back
This full
red
four.
without touching it. Extensive discussion.
Yeah, I guess
They
if you don't have to
determined
sweep it.
Too much risk.
That was 15-2
Probably
to back
not,
there.
Not enough reward.
That's what they got on mine last one.
We heard Mr. Belway say to Mr. Wood, we can't give him another point, so he's going to abandon that attempt for multiple points. He's going to come to the other side. Good curl on this side. 4 foot's effectively wide open. He needs full 4 foot. So as noted earlier, a lot of pressure on these sweepers.
Oh, if you can.
It's on its way. Mr. Belway saying, well, if you can. He's waiting for the curl. Looks like a pretty good shot. It's up to the sweepers now.
Hard, Mike!
Line is good. Can they get it there?
Hard!
They hold it well. No, they don't hold it well enough to get by. It still has some momentum. Does it have enough curl? Oh, it curls in. Oh. Oh. Bit of a stinger there. They were quick to remove it. I think they might have got enough to keep it down to a steal of 1. They may have. We'll wait to see what goes up on the scoreboard. That shot looked well
Are we,
thrown. It
in
was in
twice
range.
territory here?
We did hear Mr. Belway
Yeah.
waiting for the curl.
What was that curl? More.
Sweepers were sweeping. They knew
Okay,
it was in range, but needed sweeping for distance. It looked like
yeah, let's get it
they were
forced.
going to get it by, but there's that hook curl, as it were. So it runs straight, and then when it goes, it goes. And these rocks are sharp. So they couldn't hold that line. They wicked off that guard. Momentum carried it, but just didn't quite have enough. Come up about a foot short. Did spin inwards at the very, very end. And from my vantage point at the far end here, I thought it might have spun in enough, but a quick look up at the overhead.
It's a bit tight.
Nope. That little wick not only changed the line, but
Okay.
just took that little bit of momentum off. One does project that if they had got it by, it would have had enough to get in to be shot. So that's a tough, disappointing wick for Team Belway. It's still early in this game. They shouldn't give up. but that does put more pressure on. Undoubtedly, they'll be disappointed, but onward and upward. Can't spend too much time lamenting about what happened, and do your best to make the shots going forward. You know, it's a strange game. You never know. Sometimes psychologically, the team gets a big lead,
losing ice
sloppy,
here.
Get a little relaxed. Next thing you know,
Mine's that last one.
the other team's
Top
charged
four.
back
That was
in
full. I was
defense,
not even
so
concerned about line halfway down.
Yeah, it was just that much less weight, right?
Yes. Oh, he was
Compared
good.
to the first one. Oh, your weight was fine, but it just.
Yeah. I had no concern it was racking the guard. I was more positive on that one. Got it out there.
Yeah, so just.
Is that a rocks cutter?
I don't
No.
think so. I just honestly think it's just that.
Line's it.
these two-
Line's
these
good.
two T-line weight there, right?
Always
Yeah.
straight.
The others were back four. So.
Line's good. Line's good. Curl a bit now.
So there you heard Mr. Belway and
Got
Wood
to curl
discussing,
now. 15-4.
effectively agreeing with me. Mr. Belway, he was not concerned about line at all. And we heard that during the shot. And then we also heard him just now.
Here.
He was shocked, surprised on how quickly it hooked. He didn't think that guard was coming into play at all. So the best laid plans. So improvise, adapt, and overcome. So they'll put that into their analysis going
Whoa,
forward.
guys. Whoa.
So
I think you're good, eh? Or what? Okay.
got to throw that again.
That's
and
grinding
probably
now.
Take
Yep.
an extra 2-3 inches of room.
I really grabbed something.
Tight.
We also heard him question Brad, was it the rock? And Brad indicated he didn't think so. He thought it was a difference in weight. He mentioned some rocks had been back 4. He felt that was T-line weight, and therefore it felt just that little bit earlier and a little bit harder. So
Line's good. Line's good.
always assessing and reassessing.
Line needs to curl. Needs to curl, Luke, even if it's in.
We do know that the
Okay, it needs to
surface
curl a
itself
lot.
changes throughout the game.
Go ahead, Luke. Just keep going. Yep, keep going for
Factors of
line.
heat, humidity, wear
Okay,
of the pebble.
I think Luke, like, come here.
Now they don't
No.
have a mopping mid-game here, so we don't see that phenomenon where
Like,
after
chase
the
a
break
second
and
and
the
that one,
sheet
like,
has
we're
been
just
mopped, that
riding
the
out
speed
there.
increases
So, like, what we talked
temporarily.
about earlier.
Back 4 kind of weight.
Not a factor here. 8 end games, no mid-game break. So the changes as the game progresses subtler and slower. Tougher to pick up on.
Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard. Hard, guys. Right to it. Right to it. Right to it. Right to it.
Belway now got a couple corner guards up.
And not back 12.
Team Casper trying to
Light.
control that scoring zone by
Feel that one?
volume. They've got the lead, so now they're gonna come out and start taking
Clean.
away the
Yep.
ability for the Belway team to hide behind
Yep.
guards.
Clean.
Peel off this corner
Good.
guard on the left side successfully. Corner guard on the right side is wider. Casper lane 1, 2, and 3. Belway 4, but promotable. Fairly wide open to the middle of the rings at this point. So defense by volume at this point for Team Casper.
Like that. Too early.
Go Team Belway now.
Just halfway. Whoa! Oh!
Mr. Belway
Oh!
trying to guard his rock in the house. Straddling the center line, a pretty well positioned guard, but it did overcurl a bit, so you can see.
That is a little early to go in.
The Belway
Let's go off our own.
Casper
Just the single. Yeah.
gonna seem to ignore it. Nope. Team says nope. Feel it out.
Yep. Hard. Keep going. Good.
There we heard what I call the chuckle hard. And for those of you who watch a lot of curling, that's a Kevin Cooey thing. I give a shout out to my former curling teammate, Tyler Klimchuk. He also did
Did
that.
Luke tell you
Oh,
the
hard.
first one there? Yeah, because we saw that chase.
What that is they're right out of the gate, they've identified that's a tightly thrown,
What do you like?
Maybe that.
but it's a signature of Kevin
Right on the
Cooey.
borderline. Yeah.
Gives me a chuckle every time I hear it.
I don't mind it.
So I think
Unique
that made
to
it look
Mr.
worse.
Cooey,
It
and
wasn't really that bad of a shot.
Yeah.
I guess I shouldn't say unique, so we heard it out of Mr. Casper. I've heard it out of one of my teammates. So meta communication. It's tight, it's really tight, is what there's being said. There's no doubt
I
about it. We
almost
got to sweep
like
this all the way
trying
and
to
hold the
touch our
line.
blue so he doesn't have the in-off.
All in
Yeah, just Mike.
one little
Really
utterance.
Like, because straight drawing's obviously easier.
The
but,
language of curling.
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
if you just,
Oh.
yeah, because at some point,
So
you
the
can
guard was peeled and Belway
free. Like, if he
Puts
like,
it
if
up
he
again.
decides to freeze now after we peel, I guess we'll have a run at something. I just don't want to give him the in off of it, you know? Like, if you get to, huh? You think peel?
So they're here, the communication, some of the communication team, Casper, covered a few of their games. And like any modern young team, they are coached and trained to have a high level of communication, of very specific information and
Yep.
details.
Yes! Hard! Good sweep.
Guard went up, peeled away by Team Casper. Oh, hat off for Mr. Belway, scratching his
I think
head.
you just weren't quite as positive
verbal.
on the same. Yeah.
Indication
Good
I got
slides.
some serious thinking to do here.
Like a little 2-inch bump.
No, he wanted somewhere to hide behind. He has to change his strategy
Well,
now.
I guess they're going
Hard to get to, but
Into the back half of this end.
Yeah.
So he's changing strategy, looking for
Think that's a shot. You like that?
Freezes. Take a bit of a time. We're about midway almost through this draw over on sheet A.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Japanese team got a lead on Eden out of
Trying to decide whether I go vest
not Edine,
or
but
full
Eden
jacket.
out of
I feel like the
Kelowna.
vest is kind of
Team
ugly.
Cooey's got a 5-2 lead over Montgomery out of the
It's
island.
like lighter though.
Team Richard out of Kelowna got a 2-point lead over Team Schuster
Oh,
out of the
whoa,
US.
whoa, got a curl. Yep.
the heck?
Enter.
Our attention back here
Oh.
on our sheet. They're coming
Yep.
in. They need a freeze. They'd love an angle
Yep.
corner freeze.
Yep. Gotta keep the line
Maybe,
here.
oh, there's gonna be a little tap.
And no big bump.
Not too bad. I think they would have preferred frozen, but
Not bad.
Yeah, I mean this is gonna
frozen
stay
and
right
a
there,
little
right?
more to the left would have been optimal. It does have backing.
I don't think you're ever killing it and rolling just to here, right? Like they're pretty close together. I don't think you're ever killing this and rolling to here.
I think so.
There's some
Yeah,
thoughts
yeah.
out of
Like
Mr.
that's always
Casper.
staying in if we're rolling
Like a
under.
So
You
you
could just
consider their
rip it.
options.
Saying it's back 8.
So we'll carry on with the update.
Yeah.
Then what does
So
he do? He
on
might
That's a
T.
huge bump, big bump, big
Schneider
bump, and then moves it an inch.
down 3-1 to Mr. Carruthers. Mr. Carruthers, most people will know from a lot of Grand Slam events. Himself out of Manitoba. He's been having
Maybe
a
if
good
he's like a
season.
little higher up
So far, I
here.
believe he's having a good event.
Except that one's
And
beating
then
that
over
one.
to
That's
the
like
wall
kind of our
sheet,
problem.
Dangerfield tangling with Mr. Howard. Mr. Howard up
So what? So get rid of that
4-2
one?
after 4 complete ends. Indeed, they're well into the 5th end now. So Dangerfield just got a single.
Yeah, we could even guard if he.
If he blows that off,
Mr. Howard,
what if we hit this
Okay.
back one?
point lead and the hammer.
Then what does he do?
Yeah.
Probably
Try not
guards
to
it.
touch the 4, right? Yeah. There.
There were a few
Yeah. Good shot.
wide gaps in scoring in some of the earlier games. All the teams are figuring this out, ice out, rocks out. And so
He feels like
typical pattern, the games are tighter and tighter and tighter. So
Make the double?
yeah.
You hold him pretty
our
good.
sheet
Luke was
is the
pretty
biggest
soft on both
lead
of those.
out there right now.
So I'll try to not be.
But if it's under, he can
And
maybe
even
just make
that
the
is-
Yeah, I'll
double.
try to
That
not
rolls
be-
under the blue.
Biggest lead as I've seen in some of the earlier games in the opening draws. So it's wide open. The team's trailing on almost every sheet. Still got a shot. And typical for
Easy.
this point in this type of event. I believe for most of these teams, this is their 4th
Or
game
just
of
freeze.
5 within their pool.
Freeze.
Well, the freeze, if he smashes, we might. We put it
Thanks.
right here. What can he do?
Exactly. 'cause
Interesting
then
strategy.
If he guards it, we got this run in, right?
Well, it's automatic. He's getting rid of all of them if he
Started to-
smashes it.
yeah.
Right there's a shot.
Okay.
Take away everything up front.
Yeah, and if he guards it, we got this smack in there for 2.
Now he is.
This
Casper
is
is
the
1 and 2.
That draw the button spot, right? Like I gave you here,
You gave me here for there.
but then it comes off the shelf.
Yeah.
So I think it's here.
Okay.
Yeah. I think like worst case scenario, we can always just like inside out rip that top one.
Yeah, right in the pocket. We can be 3-4 inches short of it.
Yeah, Mr. Belway is kind of behind the 8 ball. He knows he needs.
Yeah, I think
to
it's
score
like a
this end.
15er.
And he also
It's not
knows
gonna come off
he's really
huge,
let
though,
go.
so-
His
We
strategy.
haven't thrown down here yet.
Shot attempts here.
Maybe a 14-8.
Doing his best.
Curling 7 feet.
Absolute best to create an opportunity to score 2 this end. We did hear him. Made a significant adjustment on line here. So we'll see if he's correct on his assessment. His weight looks lovely. It has hit the breaking point. It is warping in. Sweeper's been sweeping, so they've liked the weight. The weight does look good. It's starting to come down. I don't think he got to the exact spot he wanted, but that's a pretty good spot.
We need like another inch, eh?
For Casper
Like an inch.
to
Oh man, that had a
remove
big
that
spin on
rock,
it.
he'd be really risking removing
Little
both
high.
his own at the top there.
Yeah.
In what I'd call the scoring pile. There is another Casper rock in the back of the house, but at this point
We're on the
it's
wrong side of the inch today.
not
Okay.
in play.
Yeah, I like it.
Like that, let's go another 2 inches.
So,
Yeah.
you see where the broom is. The safer way to try and get rid of these
And
is
that curls.
whack
feel a
the
little high? You're gonna
outside
catch a blue,
right
though.
hand of the two
Yeah.
Belway stones.
Theoretically.
Really straight.
You have the inner one exit stage left,
Yeah.
and the impacted rock
He
coming
hums
off
this. This
of
isn't
it
going to curl. This will
over
back
the
off.
top
would
of their
never
own
let that
blue and
happen.
out the right side.
Yeah.
So
Hits the broom, we're
that begs
good.
the question, can they hit the right spot? There's that big weight. And Brad Wood scouting
Turned it
told
way
them
in.
these guys possess. He gets one, doesn't get the other. So there it is. I would say Mr. Belway has what he had hoped for.
All right. Yeah. How do we do that?
There you go.
Yeah.
Should run like with control.
His confidence is a
Should
little
run pretty
rattled.
straight.
It's a wide open nose hit, and he says to his third, how do we do that? So that he's already expressed it. We've heard it. He's struggling with
Control. I mean, I
identifying the
think this is going to run real straight.
precise lines that he needs to achieve his desired outcome on any given shot.
I mean,
After his last, we need an inch more, and then he followed that with we're on the wrong side of the inch this game. So
Yeah. Yeah.
evidence
If we can blank, that's good.
that
So we would
a
be
little
up.
bit off desired outcomes. If we can get this hit and sit, it's going to be good for the team, good for his confidence, going to tighten that scoreboard up, and they'll be right back in it.
Darren.
Uh-oh.
Darren.
He's a little bit out. They need curl. It is curl. Coming down. It looks like he's going to be successful.
Wait. Sorry about that last one.
Halfway down, he wasn't
Sorry
too
about that
sure.
last one. My bad. Just a bad throw.
In the end, he threw a lovely rock.
It's on your mind, Luke.
A little
I
help
got that.
from the sweeping technique, curled enough. Effectively, God knows, got his deuce.
Yeah, I think Chase and I were just talking play similar. Like,
From the Team
soft
Belway
two.
perspective, a badly needed score.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gets them within 2. 4 ends complete. So down 2. Casper has hammer.
Played well, that
Let's do the math. Force the 1, 3-point gap. Get a 2 with hammer. 1-point gap. Force the 1, 2-point gap. Get a 2 with hammer in the 8th end. Tie it up. Go to the extra and steal 1. So there's the theoretical map for Team Belway the rest of the way. So they are in it. Definitely in it. Nature of curling, you never know. Never know when that big multiple or that big steal is going to come up.
Tight.
And the X factor in curling, the pick. The nefarious pick. A little debris in the wrong spot at the wrong time, unnoticed by the sweepers. And the whole end can be changed with 1 pick.
That sucker wanted to run for a long time, didn't it? Jeepers.
You had nice weight though.
Yeah, come up at the end. Yeah.
There you hear from Mr. Belway some of the stress
Yep.
he goes through just on 1 shot.
Hard for anything.
So his comments tell us it's like, oh boy,
Whoa.
I might have got this out.
Yep.
But
Whoa,
in the
whoa,
end,
Whoa.
it did curl. He got his desired outcome. But as he let us know, he was happily surprised after the halfway point of his last rock. So we can tell in his mind he was thinking, oh boy, I might have got it out a bit. But such was not the case. It all ended well in end 4 for Team Belway. That's a big end for them on the scoreboard, and also just team morale. They're back in it.
Whoa!
They are chasing, but they're back in it.
Yep. Yep. Can't hurt it. Get her to the line. Get her to the line.
There you go, center guard up. opportunity arises.
Fighting
They
for
wouldn't mind
it.
stealing, but there's a lot of risk to aggressively trying to steal. You know, when you're watching online and you're just looking at scores, you can almost always assume when you see that big end when a team is chasing and the other team gets a big end. That's because they've ignored a lot of rocks in the house and aggressively tried to find a way to steal, and it didn't work out, and then boom, bundle for the team with hammer, and that's kind of the end of that. But you know, that's the risk of when you're forced to aggressively kind of steal.
Clean.
You've got to take chances. So you've got to ignore the opposition
make sure it's
rocks
past
in the
then.
house.
Make sure it's plenty past.
So
it's fine.
they've worked their way back into this game, so I'm going to guess they're not going to aggressively try to steal. If an opportunity arose, I'm sure they would go after it. But they cannot afford to risk a bundle.
There is that.
I'm going to guess their primary goal is to find a way
that's a good point, though.
to force Team Casper to a single. So that's what Mr. Belway's
Matter you do that.
cruising right now.
Hey.
Do I carry on with trying to force, or do I switch?
Well, I was gonna because we had a couple
Switch
early
to
on where we took a ton more ice and the same
aggressively
thing.
trying to steal.
So it's kind of weird. Yeah, I mean we could take more.
You did
anyways.
point out an
I'll try
option
to
shot
take
there
more in
of
general.
raising the
we can take
center guard,
a lot more and see what
do a
happens.
take out that way and try to bounce off and perhaps roll the impacted rock behind their rolled shot rock. Brett abandons that and goes to much more simple. Let's just make sure we get rid of this one, maybe roll in. So a real in between there. If they had decided to do a plan B and held that more, they might have got the double. But didn't curl enough to get hidden. And it's right up top there, so if there was a dead nose on that, the shot rock wouldn't be in the ring, so that'd be a victory for Belway. Nothing near the middle. Lone center guard out front.
Whoa! Curl. Hard, it's close. Clean. Yep. Roll.
So
Nice,
there
Ben.
you go. Team Casper hits and does roll under the cover of that, but that's almost to Team Belway's advantage. Now they can get in behind the effective double guard. We'll call that top 12 rock a guard per se, for all intents and purposes. Now they don't want to overcurl here. If they did overcurl, then there's a raise that would take anything hidden on the right side of the button. Just be a relatively easy takeout.
Looks light.
Now, if he can get in there and stay on the left half of the button, then he's well guarded.
I don't know. Perfect double.
Well, light and tight. We heard Mr. Belway lament. Justifiably so.
Looked like he threw it nice. Positive.
Yeah.
So
there goes that in.
There's his thoughts. There goes that in.
Nah, it's double. I'm not giving him a deuce here.
This is a relatively
down. We got ends
hit
to play.
Anywhere on the left half of that rock.
Yes.
And they both go. Threw it a bit tight. We're sweeping all the way. But in the end, they make the double.
Nice.
So,
Probably blank.
behind the 8 ball now, Team Belway.
You know what I mean?
Nowhere to hide.
Firm. Arm up a bit.
They need a double. If they cannot get a double, we're going to presume Team Casper scores a
Kevin
deuce.
with a board weight hit.
The wider that
That's normal, Brad. If you know,
Very
that's
gap
pretty
comes
good.
at this point with only 3 ends remaining after this one. Then victory for Team Belway. Starts to look like a bridge too far.
Whoa, 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 whoa. There.
Beauty. Down weight double. Now, more than likely, Team Casper
sure.
going to go for the blank.
16-5.
Keep the 2-point lead, keep the hammer.
Like a regular.
It looked like a nice throw.
Yeah, I think we just got out further and.
That would mean that the force,
No, I don't know.
loose
Yes,
force,
yes.
won't be good enough to get Belway tied up.
Yep.
So they're going to probably
Hard.
have to change their strategy. Aggressively trying to steal
Good sweep, Ben.
in the
10-2.
sixth end. But we'll see. Nothing is known until that last rock comes to rest. Just projecting probabilities at this point. Percentages and probabilities. It's basically fun with numbers.
Whoa, Mike.
Despite percentages and probabilities on any given
Hard,
shot,
Mike.
anything can
Hard.
happen. Curls just enough. Removes the Casper stone. Rolls away.
I fed that out pretty good.
Wide open house. No guards, no rocks in the rings. Then he makes those shots the rest of the way. We get a blank.
A little heavy.
But still, that is like.
You fed her pretty solid, yeah. But I mean,
Line's good.
that's normal. So it's moving.
Yeah.
But it is getting straight in these tracks now.
Okay, just keep it clean.
Well, there's Mr. Belway's comment that we'll go back to his game last night. So he's identified a pattern of the ice here this weekend.
14-8 there.
As the game
Yeah, I think
progresses,
this side is
the
pretty
hits
straight. Once you get
start
full
out curling somewhat and then
Control weights, I think.
I'll
straighter
throw
and
heavy
straighter
control.
as the pebble gets polished and the game progresses. I will point out these are 8-end games, not 10-end games, but I haven't noticed any fudging in the middle on any of the
Straight
sheets
once you
I've
get
been
all the way out
covering.
there on that side.
So kudos to Chris Jones.
That's a firm
14-8 there.
control.
Enough pebble out there that
Yeah.
sheets aren't breaking down. Use curling terminology.
Heavy control.
And as long as all teams remain out there, the speed does stay pretty consistent.
I don't know if I'd go that far,
Right till
but
the end.
close.
The outlier there was a game I did yesterday where everybody had left other than the one remaining sheet. And then that lack of heat, understandably, the speed did come down
Mike.
significantly. These games are all tighter today. Oh, we got one big gap over there on the sheet B. Cooey's got a 5-point lead over Team Montgomery. Other than that, every game is still tight enough that either team looks like it
Control
could win.
weight here.
Here we go, final rock. I believe final rock. Perhaps second.
She's a tricky piece of ice. Oh my Lord.
Okay, third last rock at the end just landed. Here we go. Get rid of the Casper rock. And then we'll see Mr. Casper try and blank the end. We also heard a window into Mr. Belway.
Hey, Harrimore, Brad. Yeah.
This is a tricky piece of
Nice,
ice.
good sweeping.
He's having difficulty identifying consistent lines.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit, yep, yep. Yep.
Expecting straighter, and this one's curling.
Hard there. Hard.
Which would
Whoa, 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 whoa.
support his assessment that it's a tricky piece of ice. At this level of curling, the physical skills are very similar from team to team, player to player, so the mental game becomes a big part of it. There you go, successful blank. Casper will move on. A blanked fifth end, start the sixth end.
Good. Nice. Get the job done.
Casper, a strong advantage now.
Score here.
He has a
Score
2-point
here.
lead. He has a potential 2 hammers to Belway's
Mine
1.
down, that way.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Going back to my earlier thoughts of the mental game. So, understandably, Mr. Belway
Good on, Chase.
struggling to find those
Score
lines.
here,
It's
yeah.
affecting his confidence. So, he needs to have a chat with himself and shake off what's happened. And still room for Team Belway to make a comeback here. It will necessitate some
Brad.
persistent shot making from
Switch.
the back end of Team Belway, Brad Wood and Mr. Belway himself.
Brad, let me do something. I haven't swept a rock in a while.
Seems to keep a good sense of humor about it all and a good attitude.
Top 8. Like
Thought
to
he'd
see
get a little
this
more
way.
blood flow. You heard his comments. Just hadn't swept anything in a while. Just looking to clear his mind and get ready for his rocks later in this end that are, at this point, probably going to be crucial to the outcome of this game. He's running out of time. He knows he needs to make some really good shots here if he is to make a run at a comeback.
Look at that come off of there, eh? Wow.
That's surprising, huh?
Oh, a little
Good
friendly
switch.
banter between skips there. Commenting on the amount of curl or the severity
here.
of the break of the curl of that rock. Both agreeing, it's a bit surprising. There you go, a little nonverbal humor. Briefly put his broom on the other sheet just to non-verbally joke that, wow, this curl's a lot. So he is holding outside the edge of 12 foot. So on this line, he's expecting 5 feet or more curl. And it did break early, but it has been thrown light. It's going to become a guard. Mr. Belway comes out to help, to make sure they get over, and it's going to be close whether it gets over. See the body language. It's a disappointing outcome to that rock. It's a disappointed team, so they gotta find a way. Keep that step upper lip, don't give up. The bridge is looking farther and farther away, but they've gotta keep a good attitude. You just never know.
Line's good.
You won't win if you don't try, so you gotta find a way.
Little room. Got a curl.
Dig deep
Got a
into
curl.
their well of resolve and
Got a curl across center. 15-2.
make
Hard.
some shots and find a way.
All right, keep going, it's close. Nice sweep. Touch this a little with my foot, I don't think it moved, but
That's all good.
nice sweep, boys.
My philosophy has always been in any sport in life, don't give up. Keep plugging away. You'll never get your biggest ever comeback if you give up too early.
I guess.
So try to
What do you think?
That in my coaching as well.
Well, they're just ripping. Okay.
We're going to try and freeze onto shot rock.
Okay, got room. Whoa.
There comes the break. Looking pretty good.
Yeah, well. Yeah, Brad.
Pretty
Gotta be
good.
Brad.
Trying to make it bend more at the end.
Hard, Brad. Hard. Hard. Keep coming, keep coming.
And in the end, there's a beauty.
Shot.
Heel.
Beautiful. Beautiful freeze. One of the toughest shots in curling. So there you go. Sticking with it. Could create an opportunity. Acknowledging that. Mr. Casper out.
Clean.
Let's peel that
Whoa.
lone guard.
Whoa.
He wants a full view
Yeah.
of what's in the house.
Okay, sorry.
Now, what does Mr. Belway do? Does he move on the rocks in the house yet?
Yeah.
Or is he going to keep a guard up? Looks like we're at the last of the second
We're in a good spot.
stones for Team Belway. The back end will be coming up shortly. Well, I'm going to guess he's putting that guard back up. Looks a little lighter than the previous rock, so
Woo. At the end, Brad.
there they are. Sweeping for curl to finish it off.
Okay, well.
He's positioned well enough. Pretty much anything close to being guarding what's in the house, and at this point, Mr. Casper is going to peel it off. or
Clean.
Attempt to peel
Clean.
it off.
Clean.
It is well thrown. It's not curling, but it's got
Good.
the edge of that rock. Peel successful. We might get a little repetitive here for a few series of rocks. We know at some point Mr. Belway will make a play on those rocks in the house, but not yet. So we're into a series of guard, peel, and then Mr. Belway will undoubtedly, we'll see. Will it be on Brad's second rock? Will it be on Mr. Belway's first rock? Stay tuned. We'll find out shortly. Bradwood now throwing. Wants a center guard.
Line's good. Well. Where you at? Yeah, Mike. A little bit at the end here. Whoa, whoa.
Tight center, what we would call a 3
Whoa.
if it doesn't go in, and if it bites the floor, we would number that a 4 in the old numbered system, as I believe developed by Team Furby back in the day. 1 being a high guard, 2 being
Control.
a mid guard, 3 being a tight guard, 4 top 12, 5 top 8, 6 top 4, 7 button, 8 back 4, 9 back 8, and a 10
Yep.
back 12. They developed
Clean.
that
Whoa.
for
Curl.
quick and efficient
Curl.
communication
Curl.
as the
All the way, all the
projected
way, all
weight
the
of
way,
a
all the way.
rock
Okay, that's all right.
to facilitate
9-8.
line calling by the man in the house.
I get it.
And they can reassess that as the rock travels down the sheet. So we'll see over in sheet F, Howard scored a
Hey, another
bunt, got a big lead, and they've indeed shook hands. So Not knowing the exact final score, but the last thing up we see is 7 points for Howard and 2 for Dangerfield. So first game off. Now that is right beside our sheet. Will that loss of the sheet beside them affect the draw speeds? Shouldn't be too much. They still have 5 other sheets. But whenever you lose the sheet beside you, it can affect speed somewhat, particularly on the side closest to the
Freeze it.
sheet.
Where are you at? Hey, that's good.
There we go. It's a tight guard. So we are going to assume that if this peel is made, using some high-level math, Belway is probably going to make a move on the rocks in the 4-foot on his first rock.
Clean! Whoa! Whoa, curl!
Probably some kind of freeze tap with his shooter going right
Hard!
to the nose of his own, so that when all the rocks
10-1.
stop moving, if the Casper team attempted to hit him,
No.
the back of his 2 frozen stones
All right, well, I was thinking freeze the top
would
red.
be caught by one of the Casper stones
So
at
the
the
Bump it
back.
back, and then he's got a double.
Yeah, but not if they're behind.
Because we
right?
took more ice because we thought
You
it
got
was
shit.
turtle more.
We bump it back.
Yeah.
He tries to play the double.
Well, if they were lined up.
Yeah.
But I don't like moving it.
Okay.
I think you're either hitting it, making the double, or you're freezing.
Yeah,
I don't think
yeah.
we-
I mean,
I
the
don't know if
draw
we
is
make the double.
definitely.
Oh, yeah, you can
on
this
this
way.
side.
Oh yeah, you can make it hit it on the handle, double all day.
Yeah. Be nice to try and steal one, right?
Well, that's kind of the thing.
Yeah, because I think.
I like the freeze.
Yeah, I think you're right. Because when we were going down,
Middle.
I think you could take.
They're
as
getting a
much
little
ice as you
stickier,
want,
or-
and it curls the same spot.
No, still 15 to get there.
Yeah.
You watch
Think. I'm playing freeze.
Oh, freeze.
Yeah, bump's no good because you give him a double, he's getting 3.
Okay.
Either you got to smack it with normal, make the double, and I think we dead freeze it. Yeah.
I don't mind that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, I like this.
Middle, just middle of the 12.
Here we go.
Just a draw. Yeah. If we,
At this
Still
point,
15 kind of thing?
The most
Give it a drag.
important
Same way as I
rock
threw
of the
last time down to
game
this
for
track,
Team
kinda?
Belway.
Yeah.
The way the game has evolved, he needs to make a good one here. He's still in it. Makes a good one, he'll still be in it. If he doesn't make a good one here, it could become a bridge too far.
I'd say a hair light,
Got the right-
but got to curl a lot.
Looks like he's got the right weight. His break point's a little further.
do we try to leave it just where it is?
So there it is.
Keep going.
He's kind of done what he needed to do. He's
Throw it
lying shot.
Okay.
There's
Oh, boy.
a couple
Half
ways
rock,
he
just-
could get
just
a
drag into
steal
it.
here.
Oh yeah. I don't know about sticking in the rings, but it'll always get the second red.
There's a possibility with an over curl that the top red, the anticipated impact rock, can end up scoring one.
Where's the big swoop?
So that was, you could hear, where's the big swoop? So Mr. Belway, that was not his intended outcome. He wanted to tap that front. They hit it where they want. The Belway rocks leave. The single is scored by, no, 2 rocks to go. So here we go.
Ah, Just needed mine to come off the hill a little sooner.
Perfect freeze.
Didn't
He
come
needs a
off the hill.
perfect freeze. Down onto that Casper rock.
I had it, I think.
And then Mr. Casper will have a choice.
Don't really want to play
one,
9 feet of curl to the
Just
back
sliding
8.
tight on
or
all
trying
those.
to remove everything in
Yeah.
blanking.
Okay.
This should run pretty
Oh, yeah,
straight.
you know.
Thinking control, Brad, or what? No, you're thinking control? Yeah.
Interesting. He's not going to go for the freeze. He's going to do a control weight hit. Assume he's saying, okay, well, I'll give you the blank. And,
Yep. Yep.
Try for that steal in the 6th.
All right, Mike.
There you go. He gets the hit, a little roll, but he is shot. It has to be dealt with very quickly. Chasing that puts the brim down. Presume they're going to go for the blank. And it is still a 2-point game if the blank is successful.
Pretty simple.
Casper will have a
Yeah.
2-point lead.
Yeah.
And Hammer.
Yeah, you're fine.
So now the math scoring scenario. They're not going to give up. They need a steal of 1, a steal of 1
Good sweep, Luke.
to go
You
to
did
extra
nothing.
ends. Force of 1 and a score of 3 with Hammer in the
I
8th
really
to
appreciate
tie it up.
Just now you're saying that, I mean, especially in the interns,
So,
the ice just seems to
they're still in it.
Yeah, they were all doing it all of a sudden.
The mountain to climb looks
Okay.
a little
Yeah,
taller
yeah,
at this
sounds good.
point.
How about that?
They're not going to give up.
Yeah, sounds good. Keep it up.
Here we go. Educated guess only aggressively going to try to steal this end. So
Yep.
we may see some risk come into their game.
Okay, just, yeah. Whoa, 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 leave one high. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa.
Top 8.
And the Cooey game over on B is over. Don't know the final score, but the last score up was 7-2 for Cooey.
Line's better.
We've lost 2 sheets now.
Line's okay. Line's
Over
okay.
on A.
Line's good.
Low scoring affair.
Line's good.
3-1 lead for
Line's good.
Yanagasawa out of Japan over
Line's
Kelowna
good.
Eden.
Line's perfect. Line's perfect.
Sheet C, Schuster
Nice.
down
Judge, boys.
1 with Hammer to Richard out of Kelowna, or mostly Kelowna. Sheet D, Schneider and Carruthers locked in a battle. Carruthers leading by 2, but
Oh, line's fine. Line's
Hammer
fine.
belongs to Schneider.
Oh, okay.
So our sheet, center guard went up, Belway, Casper drew in, top 4, Rock just thrown.
Not easy to get
Probably
there.
intended to be a tight guard, and effectively
end up
is
here,
acting
that's
as a guard
okay.
now, but it is in the top 12 foot.
Yeah.
I would say we'll find out how aggressive
I don't
Mr.
mind that.
Belway is on the next rock for their team. Really aggressive, probably going to put a really high guard just over the hog line, and there's a risk to attempting that. But if they were successful, and indeed that's what they tried, then you know they're we really are going to go for the steal here and take the chance that somewhere on the further rocks, there's an opportunity to
Line's
get
okay.
behind all those
Room,
guards.
room. Ben, curl it.
This is interesting.
Curl, you're on the guard.
These guards
Curl.
are untickable. This could be a bit of a break for Team Belway. They're not allowed to move that off the center line. They do tick it. Do they move it off the center line? I'd say they do. So there it is. It goes back. The Casper Rock.
Right? I don't know.
The Casper Rock gets removed.
Nobody's saying anything, so we'll go with that.
We're just a little leader.
So Brad Wood replaced it where he thought it was. I would have to say it's a tad offset from what it was, but fair enough, as you heard him say. Oh, nobody's saying otherwise, so that's where it's going to be. For those of you not
I like going right here.
Curling, the rules of curling, the non-offending team in a situation
Yeah.
decides what happens and where the rock goes back to. Nobody's ever going to get it exactly where it was, but in the curling code, their obligation is to put it back to where they thought it precisely was, and right or wrongly on their placement, that's their job and their privilege. So if they say that's where it was, then that's where it was.
Line's fine.
Despite what
Got a curl.
the offending team thinks. For the most part, it ends up
Ooh.
pretty close to where it was.
Oh.
So the attempt here,
Ah, boy.
the
I guess
result
we
is
gotta bump it.
kind of not what Mr. Belway
Oh,
wanted.
no.
There you hear his lament. Oh no. I think they were trying to throw another guard in between those two rocks.
7/8.
So a little up, a little out. And that's it. We're into the 6 rock. Team Casper now are going to try and remove as much granite from the front as they can. There's
Yep.
a possibility of
Hard.
getting rid of everything if they hit the right
Hard.
spot. They
Okay.
don't hit quite the right spot, but close enough. Downside, they hit dead nose. So their impact rock and one of the Belway frozen rocks is gone. But effectively, that leaves a double guard, so that's to Mr. Belway's advantage.
Probably same weight.
Okay, so this time he wants to freeze the rock, shot rock in the house now.
Line's good. Oh, Brad, if anything. Line's fine, just for weight, just wait. No bump. Yep, there. Hard. You're by. Yep, to it. Beauty.
There you go. Absolute perfect
Just a
shot.
straight peel.
Perfectly frozen.
I don't
no
know what
tap.
15-6
It'd probably have to be nose,
Guards out front.
Yeah.
which I guess is fine. Nose. Okay.
Run back or peel.
Nose.
Decision made. They want to hit nose. They want the run back.
Yep. Well, yep. Roll it.
On and off, on and off. Oh. Just overcurled a bit.
Sorry, I kind of like was gonna give up on it, and then it stayed straight. Yeah.
Probably halfway, eh?
Sorry, Ben. I kind of gave up on it, and then.
It
Yeah.
really is lovely to have the players' mic. It really gives us a great window
Yeah, I mean, we can keep trying this run, I guess.
to
Yeah.
strategy and
Tight line.
analysis from the players.
Oh, it's
different
fine now.
lines and just to hear what they're thinking, how they're thinking.
Where are you at?
Real window into the individual teams
Yep.
and their personalities.
Yep. Keep coming,
styles
Derek.
and
Keep coming, keep coming, keep
strategies.
coming, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Whoa, 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 whoa.
So close. Did it curl just a tad too much? They could be easily doubled. Question is, do they catch that frozen red rock in the ring? So to get the double, you'd have to kind of hit
Problem with just
nose or
ripping
the
it is
right
these are
side,
both
and
gonna
that would
stay in
bring
the
drag
house,
effect in, and that means
which
that
is, I don't know.
the second
how
of those
problematic
frozen
that
rocks
is.
would go zinging right into the
Like you can
red rock in the house and get caught
just
by
try
it.
to
and-
single peel the top one.
So in the end, that ended up in a pretty good spot for Belway.
That's a good spot. Perfect.
There you
Yeah,
go.
and I guess even if it's
Mr.
just
Belway
over
himself.
here, like that's
He agrees with me.
Starting to cool down.
Good spot
that was my other thought.
where they ended up.
Yeah. Yeah, my thought with the straight peel is I think it's hard to put that in like a more annoying spot for us.
Yeah, they got 4 rocks left, right? Yeah. They should just be hammering because they're gonna, even though it doesn't work out good the first time, they're gonna
Yeah.
be good next time.
I mean, I'm fine with this, just like ripping it and giving us a couple free opportunities to set up a score. I mean, as long as we get this over here a little bit, I mean, it'll be.
So we see that lone corner guard's coming into play here. He
But I think
realizes
this is
that
the
if he
most
does
annoying
whack
spot
things,
for
there's
us
a
that he
good
could put
chance
that
that
rock.
the Belway ends
Because
up
if he's
shot rock,
higher, it's almost easier for us to
drifted
like.
over behind that corner guard. So
I don't know.
the placement of that last rock by Team Belway, Bradwood
Yeah,
in
I think we
particular,
play this heavy. Try to stay over here, maybe.
got them a little bit flummoxed,
Huh?
a little
What?
indecisive on what's their best approach now.
Okay.
They've made a decision. The last I heard was just give it a good whack and let the chips / rocks fall where they may. The goal of moving as much granite around as possible and getting things away from the middle. Open up that scoring zone.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Okay.
There you go. In the
Good shot.
end, they got rid of the center guards.
I don't think so.
So the 2 rocks in the house looking kind of, well, you didn't get rid of them all. One just drifted over there
I
on
guess
the
I said
right
throw
hand
it hard
side,
with like the intention of me
straddling the tee line.
Probably
and maybe
tight again, eh?
Like, the throw it,
Tight.
you know. So I probably
If
I
they
could've
don't
been
get
more
a
clear,
steal,
probably.
looks
That's
like
probably
they're
on
going to
me.
get a force. And that would
Yeah, I
mean
mean that's fine. It works.
needing 3 with hammer to extend the game. It's not outside the realm of possibility. Under the context that we're in at this point in the game, I would say
Yeah.
just as good a chance as
If we tap it to just top button,
stealing
no, that's not that helpful. I don't think. I
3
think we
singles
at?
in a
tap it
row
further,
to win the game.
So then we can.
Looks
remove the
heavy.
red
Force one
easily.
here, get 3 with hammer. There'd only be one steal of
Yeah,
one
I
in
mean,
the
if we
extra
get all
end
the way
involved.
Where
to
you
win
at?
the game,
Freeze,
so
freeze. Yep. Come on, guys. Hard. Darren's.
kind of a last
Straight.
minute
Keep coming. Keep the line.
play it as it comes. So last minute decision, keep pounding it, guys. Let's freeze on top. Okay.
Okay. Bill.
Good judge, guys.
It's playing out to be one of Team Belway's best ends.
I think just peel.
No more high weight Granite moving shot here. Upside for Team Belway is that shot box.
Yep.
It's leaving out the back door.
Yep.
Shot rock hits hard. It leaves as well.
Good shot.
One of the Belway stones leaves. One Belway stone left, fully in the 4-foot.
Right.
So now I got to play this other turn.
Yeah, that's good.
But the
We can
steel
make
is
it
now
Oh,
in
boy.
play.
Maybe.
The steel and or the force. So
Like edge 8, probably. I'm thinking edge 8, yeah.
this shows you never know in this game. You
Yeah,
just
so I
never
we were
know.
talking earlier about
Yeah.
like like it grabbing out of our hand with the intern.
Might be more, Brad. I don't know.
I don't think we're being very positive.
It's going to go sideways.
I get what he's trying to say.
Yeah, okay.
Well, Mr. Belway thinks it's going to
Yep.
curl a ton. And we heard him say it's going to go sideways.
Question is, how fast is this side running now?
That's kind of what I was
There he's
thinking.
asking his
That other
keepers.
side is quick.
Yeah.
Oh, like, yeah, 2 feet out. Pretty, because he's going to come into it if we have opportunity. So, like a foot out.
So there we go. It was unclear from
I think it should be
Brad
quick.
showed 2 possibilities, the freeze or the tight guard. What we learned from Mr. Belway, it sounds like the goal is tight guard. So his concern in his head is how much curl on this side and what's the speed. Hasn't been over on this side for a draw in a while. We did hear him indicate that the other side is quick, as he said.
Got lots
Oh, I
and
think
lots
it
of
was
room
just
at the
supposed to
moment.
love.
There it is. It's out there. It's a little light. so
Mike,
now
no,
they
Darren,
gotta
not you,
go.
Darren. It's going to go big.
It's going, but it doesn't
Oh,
have
it
enough.
can.
Doesn't have enough weight to get to the spot they want. It's curling hard. It's running out of momentum. They're
Oh!
slipping. In the end,
gotta
it's a
crack it
beautiful
for
shot.
Yeah, out turn a little low.
Beautiful shot.
Like there with the out.
Fully guards.
Sweet. Hey, guard.
Casper now going to try and raise double.
Out turn a bit low.
His biggest desire now is that there's fairly wide open scoring target on his last rock. So
Sure goes
for
at the
that
end.
to happen, he needs
Yeah.
to make this double.
And then they tried to go out there, and it
He
cracks
doesn't
like
make the
center guard.
double, and
Dished up
the
so
impact of
bad.
the rock flies by. We're going to assume that Mr. Belway will throw the same shot he did last time. So we'll find out here momentarily.
Oh, no.
Bang, crash. Double made. Shooter lays dead center like a
All right.
tight center guard, so that's an opportunity. There it is.
Why?
Mr. Belway's final rock
He ain't going to throw.
Good.
of end 7.
I love seeing him throw a run.
He's going to throw it right, right?
You think he's going to throw it, though?
I think if he makes the draw like perfect.
I think back
just-
here, he's not throwing a run. Not a chance. He's drawing.
That's
I don't think it's.
We
I think
need
it's
him to
just-
throw
yeah,
the
we
run,
need
though, so
side.
we can get a chance of stealing it.
Yeah,
I
because he
think.
could roll out because we got a kicker, right?
There's
Okay.
the commentary
we
from
could
Mr.
draw.
Belway.
I mean, yeah.
No, it's doable.
Reflective of the predictive
Where were we last time?
aspect
Here?
of curling.
But
don't
the further
really
you go, the
know
more it comes.
what your opponent's going to do.
So if we throw peel at this one out here,
You
this.
can only
should
guess.
stay.
Yeah, and that was the draw to the.
Yeah.
So his guess was if,
And it racked.
if we're deep, he's drawing all the way.
Well, because as I'm saying, further you go, the more it curls.
And Mr. Belway would prefer him to throw the run back. So that's part of his plan and his hope. So he wants to be biting the
yeah.
top
Further
of
you
the
go, the more it
button.
curls here is the problem. We did this. We did this
I think
a
we
couple
can
ends
even get
ago.
away with less weight, like a 15-5.
Biting the button, fully buried. And then late to see what Mr. Casper and the curling gods give him on the final rock of the end. First things first, he needs a good
It's gonna
shot
go.
here.
I give you a bit more.
He needs to be fully buried. He took
Back
more
four's
ice, you
not
heard him.
terrible.
He feels that the wider you go, the more it curls. So he's taking his best estimate at this point in the game. would really love to bury one right in there. It's out of his
Oh,
hand.
he
It's
can't.
on its way.
Whoa.
It's all up to the swoopers.
Line's fine. Yeah.
Looks like it's a little down.
Hard.
Looks like it's a little down. And he expressed he didn't know the speed over here. They're working hard. It is
Hard,
coming
guys.
in.
Hard.
They're pounding. They're pounding. They're pounding. They're pounding. And that's a pretty good shot.
Like there?
80% buried.
Okay.
Not
Sweep, guys.
covering the pin, but about an inch from the backside of the pin. Interesting. Interesting. Casper is choosing.
Okay. 15's probably close.
Oh, I
That was
see
like at the
why.
edge of
So
the
he's
eight at
not
the-
running back because of that
Okay.
extra Belway rock on the back right-hand side of
We're still on the part of the S.
Yeah.
the. So he can't risk missing and give up a 2. He doesn't want to give up a 2. That's understandable. So he's going to try and draw
That's pretty
down
quick
to
down
it
there. I
with a
didn't throw that
little
very hard. I
tap
thought it was
and
light.
score a single or give up a steal of 1. So he'd be happy to
Close.
get
Heavy.
a point.
Yes,
The
yes,
hammer away.
yes!
He'd probably be content enough. Boy, dramatically different line taken by the Casper team. High rotation, doesn't even come close to the guard. Sweeping to make it curl, they tap, they do get their single. So there it is.
Good call there.
After 7 ends, 6 points Casper,
Wow.
3 points for Belway.
Good sweep.
Hammer
Great.
goes
I
to
did run it
Belway.
around his, 'cause, I mean, he didn't have that much
They
weight on that.
need to
All right,
score
let's
a
go
3.
2 in,
Curled 3 feet.
2 in, and then tight.
Belway.
2.
Oh, yeah. He's sitting way
Casper
tight.
strategy is going to
Oh.
Take good
do
ones.
everything they can
Yeah.
to minimize where
You want to go
and how many
corners on either
Mr.
side or 2 corners in a row? What do you want to do?
Belway can hide in the ring.
Centers?
Another game
I think
ending.
we need a corner. I mean, they're
Now
throwing
they have
top.
2 empty sheets, one on each side
They're
beside
throwing
them.
it in. We got to throw a corner.
Oh Lord, I hope that doesn't affect the
We got to
speed.
throw a corner.
3 sheets done now.
Yep.
I think that's what we go for.
Yeah,
So
because
there's
they're
an
going to go
empty
one up,
sheet
one up, and
between
we'll up
every
3 yards
game.
up, and then we'll see what happens.
Sheet A has a wall beside him and an empty sheet, and then sheet C is
Yep,
still going.
line
They're
if you
empty
can.
on B and D.
Easy.
And we're on
Okay,
sheet E,
always-
and D and F are empty.
Always straight. Line's okay. Always straight though. 15-6. Keep going, Luke.
It is 2 o'clock, but we are not the slowest of the 3 remaining games. We're
Nice
the
sweep.
fastest of the 3 remaining games. I'll correct myself. 4 remaining games. I thought that sheet was empty, but they were just getting ready to go into the 7th end, and they've reappeared.
Yep.
So 3 sheets are early in the 7th, and our sheet
Yep.
is at the early in the 8th.
Coming like every inch. If you don't curl much going that way.
I
Mike.
mean, relative, we'd be the speedy game
Might be easiest just to draw here.
of all the games that look like
Top
they're going to
4.
go 8 ends. So for that update, remaining games, Yannick still maintaining a 2-point lead over Eden on sheet A. Game back and forth on Schuster and Richard, and Schuster got a deuce in the 6th and lead
Top
by
4.
1, 6
Line's
to
good.
5 over Richard.
Top button's good.
2 ends to go.
Easy,
Richard
gotta
had
curl.
a hammer.
Okay,
Schneider
curling yet.
and her
Okay,
others are
top button.
locked up. 4
Curl,
points
always
apiece.
curl.
Snyder
Get it
just got
past
a
the blue.
deuce to tie it up.
keep
so
going, keep going,
7th end for others has
keep going,
hammer.
keep going, keep going, keep going. Great
We'll go
judge.
back to our game.
Nice shot, Chase.
So there's an off-center high guard by Belway. sort of we'll call it a tight corner guard. It's an interesting strategy. Casper coming into the house twice now. Needing multiple points. Belway obligated to put up another corner guard, and he's choosing to keep these corner guards tight to the center. A little variation on a theme here. Usually your corner guards, you want them a little wider out so that you still got a path to draw to the button. So, I think Mr. Belway's assessed that their curl is so much that if the guard is tighter to the center corner guard, you can still come around the outside and curl enough to get to the button.
Tight
should
three.
he need to on the final rocks or final rock. So remains to be seen. Tension high. 3-point gap, but still a game.
Line's good. Line's good. Let us straight.
5 free guards,
Easy.
so nobody's going after those guards
Okay,
yet.
line's good. Line's good. Get a tight one.
No matter what else happens,
Line's
we're going to
good.
presume that
Just for distance. Keep going.
Team Casper's going to
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
peel those corner guards at their first
Nice.
opportunity, which
Like
will be
taking a
their
rip at
next
those
team
two.
rock. So the plate is set. Team Belway's move.
This is great.
Try and go for both.
I don't know if we can make that shot though.
Just wanted to see if you like going for both.
There you
Think
go.
we can make that?
Old
like,
school. Let's go around the guard. Let's
third
go
or-
around the rocks in the house. Go
Third quarter.
plant one at the back of
Quarter.
everything and hope we can make it count later. A number of years ago at BC Provincials,
As long as we can make this, this is the shot.
the Jim Cotter, Johnny Morris combination was in a very similar situation.
Or the only
They were chasing.
shitty thing is if we hit the red
It was
one.
the final end.
Yeah, that's a
They had
rock
to
with
go
that hole
to
though.
Yeah. Then the
Or we go.
extreme strategy, and that's what they did. They
doesn't
went
do much.
around everything.
No. This is a shot. We can get 2 back here. They're going to be
Misses
peeling. We can
a
hook
long
2
way
here,
by
and then
their
we're going around
opponents,
there.
And the next
We're
thing
not
you
bad.
know, they
Now we
scored
got
4 in the final end to overcome a 3-point deficit. And
Gotta
win
give
the
me
game.
some spin.
So there you go. There's enough rocks. The rocks are in position. That could happen here. Not only could they get 3, they could get 4. And they're going to use that same map. So one wonders if Mr. Belway saw that game. Undoubtedly, if you didn't see that game, it is a strategy that you see on occasion. So I'm pretty sure he's seen that before. Put that in his memory bank. And now this is a delicate and dangerous shot because you're trying to draw deep. So if you're a tad up, it's disastrous because then instead of being deep and in the house, you're through and out the back, and then
Come on.
that
Find
mountain
some
becomes higher. High rotation. Those high rotations, they glide further. It's coming
Grinding.
in. It's coming in. Team Casper sweeping, 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 sweeping. And, oh. That's going to be disappointing. Here comes the appeal of the corner guards. Team Belway has 5
Well,
rocks
curl,
left.
curl, 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 curl.
Team Casper successfully, oh, boy, did they get what they wanted and more there. They peeled both guards, corner guards,
Sorry about that.
and
Oh, that's
bounced
good.
their center guard over to the side. So not a lot of places
Good
to
shot.
hide. That attempt to come around
Yeah,
everything that
yeah,
went
it's-
through
Looked like it rode out a little bit more.
would have been handy in this
I don't know, how'd you-
situation. So
how'd you
now
feel?
Mr. Belway's got 5 rocks.
Like
A
that?
little,
He's got 1 corner
maybe like
guard.
I knocked all these
He's gonna
down.
get
Like a
creative and change
slow, just float.
change his strategic plan.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah,
Kind of has to go with what is now.
I wasn't really sure where to
Doesn't
put
have
the
a
broom
lot of
there.
options, so he's
So,
going to
yeah.
start. They're going to try and curl in, lay third shot in behind the corner guard.
yeah.
Line's good. Yep. Looks light. Hurt. Okay.
Success. They're around the guard. They're in
He
the
tried
rings.
to get it out. Peel.
Goes Mr. Casper. He almost
Well,
always
Bradley, what
offers
do you
two
see?
options.
Go guard or do I go behind the blues?
This team is usually very definitive.
Whoa,
Pick
curl.
one of them right away.
Girl.
Probably
Girl.
guard
He
first
thought about
and
the-
then come around.
Okay.
Running that thing, and the shooter or the rest of the team said, nope, peel.
Ah,
Fine,
no.
Luke.
So
They're
that's
just
what they
peeling. We
attempted,
gotta
that's
waste
what
one
they
more.
executed. Now we're getting down to math, folks. You heard Brad Wood. Let's do one more. So I think they're going to put up a guard. And not to put pressure on the skip or anything. That just sort of comes naturally. So they've got 4 rocks left. They have 1 in the rings. They need 3. So 1 more guard. And Brad and Mr. Belway undoubtedly will be playing into the rings. Going to be a lot of fingers crossed as part of their strategic plan at this point, dealing with what is. Looks like a nice rock. Weight looks good. It's gliding pretty good. It's going to the right spot.
It's good.
It is going to be a successful guard. Drifts just a bit deeper than
Just
they
peel
wanted,
it.
a little over curl. Probably see the rock in the house, a peak of it, but once again, minimizing risk. They're just going to peel that one off.
Clean.
And now we'll
Clean.
undoubtedly get a version
Clean.
of Creative Curling 101 a la Brad Wood and his skip, Mr. Belway.
Nice throw, Luke. Okay, just gotta make sure we remove a red on each of these.
You have to keep telling us.
I think so.
I think it's this now, eh?
Oh, they're going to go around. They're going to go around it all again. We tried it once. We've got one up front, so they do get around.
Try to
Undoubtedly,
move a blue, yeah.
Casper will take the open one. And then their final 2 rocks is
Great, great.
Line's
Mr.
Mine's good.
Casper will
back 8.
do his best
There,
to
there,
have this
yep.
rock count
Yep.
along with his
Hard.
final 2.
Where are you?
It's getting close. It's a nice,
Keep
very
coming,
nice
keep coming,
rock
keep coming.
by
All the way,
Brad
all the way,
Wood.
Darren. All the way, all the way, all the way, all the way.
He came very close to the top of the 2 shot rocks. About 90% buried. He's second rock. He's behind the tee line,
Straight. There.
as predicted. Mr. Casper going to eliminate
Yeah, another foot.
the open one. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't mind doing a sort of, I'll call it
Peel, I think just make the double on the red and the blue.
I'll make a pun, a mixed double.
This thing is freezing the top.
So get rid of the red rock and maybe come off.
I mean, we
and
could hook around
kick
in.
one of
and then he's
his
just
out,
smacking one.
He's just smacking
which
it
would
in.
open up
Yeah.
a view of the other
That's
Freeze it,
team
hard
for
and
to
then-
do.
rock.
I really don't think it matters that much.
Then we hit it.
Yeah.
and
How's
he's like,
that
good
for
double.
a
wide open
pun
in.
that just
Don't really
dropped
have
in
much
my
of a chance,
lap?
but-
Yeah.
A mixed double. That's right, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, we needed Mike's back here and then another rock and play.
Yeah.
Then we'd be
Yeah,
like,
8 into 12, right? 8 into
anything,
12.
anything, touching the rings.
gets rid of the rock, and indeed also comes off it, kicks one of his own out, opens up a view of the Brad Wood rock.
That was a fun one.
So here we go. Unlikely,
Probably close to the same ice then.
but mathematically still
Yeah, less
possible.
weight.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah,
are
let's go
lying
a hair.
second.
Right.
Yeah. No,
I'm
I
not exactly sure where.
A little bit less,
wants to
Brad.
be.
No, they were just talking about just peeling in and trying to get over the top.
I'm gonna
Because we
guess.
had this, like,
he
Try and
wants to
corner it up.
freeze
Which is like a fair thought.
Corner
but I don't
freeze,
think it makes a
shot,
difference either
rock.
way. Like,
Or a little light, corner
Yeah.
frozen on the top rock. Wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, they kind of grind a bit. Once they start curling, the weight kind of comes up, but it's still a
But
15,
more
eh?
optimally,
And I guess, I mean,
solidly
that's
cornered
changes
on
for
that
the
shot
shot,
rock. And
doesn't really matter.
downside of that is then he can be attacked from the other side by the rock above it. So desperate times, desperate measures. He's got to work with what's there and get those fingers crossed.
Oh, if you can, got a curl.
Now,
Whoa.
wherever this rock ends
Line's
up,
good.
there will be the possibility of the game ending before the final two rocks.
Whoa.
Pardon me, the final rock. He's got a nice weight, he's got a nice line. He ends up inside corner frozen on his own. There's 6 ways to Sunday that you could get rid of at least one of these berg rocks and end of the game. So he's going to throw high heat. He's going to attempt to hit it straight. He can see 3/4 of the rock, so he just needs to hit the outside of it, and they're both going to be on. Now he could go the other way and just
A little over sweepy.
raise his blue onto his blue, which would go
Perfect
on
weight.
and release the back berg rock. So if one berg rock
Still don't know how
is
we get 3 now.
removed, the game will be over. Not a lot of talking. There it is. They both leave. It's handshake time.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. My name's Owen Hayward. This has been the noon draw, day 3, the
shooting.
Penticton Nufloors Classic
It's your game.
2023. Home team Belway goes down in defeat to the young Americans, team Casper. They don't complete the end, so the final score will be 6-3. It's been my pleasure. Hope you enjoyed it.
4-ender.
They were in it till the bitter end, as they say. So thank you very much. Have a great day. Good curling to all of you out there in the curling world.